in your day. I am Dr. Felicia Williams. I am the 9th president here at Prince George's Community College, and it is my esteemed honor to share this occasion today with Councilmember Ed Burroughs III for a really significant announcement. But before I do that, I want to talk to you just a moment about what it means to dare to be extraordinary. In all of our lives, we have periods of time where we have to recognize that our output can be better. And in fact, the needs of our community demand that they be better. So when we think about our work here at the community college, we are committed to our community that you will see us as a vital asset in the growth and the development of your children, of your parents even, of your colleagues, your peers, and yourself. So we choose to commit ourselves to be extraordinary, to be exceptional, to do that which is beyond what we have ever seen accomplished in our local community. We commit ourselves to saying that every resident in our community should have direct access as well as opportunity to earn a credential, a certificate, or a degree that is going to lift them from places of poverty into opportunities to earn family-sustaining wages. We consider these to be productive, real, relevant credentials, and we would that no one in our community have the door closed on that opportunity. And in particular, we believe it is important that we weigh in and invest in that model, and we invest in the resources that are going to allow that to be accomplished. We dare to be extraordinary because it is indeed the expectation. It is not the exception. It has to become the standard and the rule. After all, community colleges are America's lifeblood. They are the place where people gather, though they have differences in belief, differences in expectations, differences even in terms of their cultural backgrounds, but they dare to sit in classes unified around the same goals of the knowledge that they would like to attain, the jobs that they would like to receive, and the places that they would like to go. So this is such a special place, a tremendous asset, and we are committed to being the very best that we can be for our residents. And in so doing, I want you to know we cannot and we do not complete those objectives alone. We do that in partnership. Partnership with our elected officials, partnerships with business and industry, partnerships with you, our community that we're committed to serve. And today's announcement is really the reifying of a tremendous partnership. It is the coalescence of a phenomenal vision that we share. And I would like to present Councilmember Burroughs to come and to share this spectacular news. Councilmember Burroughs.
Thank you so much, President Williams, for your extraordinary leadership and partnership. It's been invaluable in getting us to where we are today. Good morning, everyone. About 2 years ago, I joined the County Council, and one of the first pieces of legislation that I had to review was the MGM Local Impact Grant Fund. And I was very shocked to learn that so much of the money that was dedicated to the MGM Impact Fund was primarily used to fund things that our tax dollars already pay for. And so in reality, the residents around the MGM were not receiving an additional benefit, which was promised when the casino came into town. The county government was essentially supplanting the MGM funds to pay for government services that our tax dollars already pay for. And so we rewrote the plan, and today we have an exciting announcement. And the exciting announcement is that if you live in District 8, if you live in a 6-mile radius of MGM, you will go to Prince George's Community College 100% tuition free. The press release that went out on Monday said that the council has dedicated $1 million to this effort. I'm happy to further announce that on Tuesday, the County Council added an additional $1 million. So it is a $2 million commitment thus far. And this $2 million commitment will allow us to sustain this program through multiple semesters. And it is my goal, and I know it's the goal of our senator and our entire delegation, to keep this money in so that this will continue to benefit our residents long after today, long after 2024, but in perpetuity. This will impact, we believe, almost 1,000 residents, and this will be first come, first serve. We know that education is the great equalizer, and when we talk about combating issues around poverty and crime and creating opportunities for individuals, it all starts with a quality education. Whether it's a degree, a certification, or a credential, we know that the skills that our individuals in our district will gain here will not only benefit them, but it will benefit their entire families and our entire community. Student debt can put people underwater for decades. I have encountered so many young people, not so young people, who have thousands of dollars in student debt. And it impacts their ability to buy a home. It impacts their ability to afford childcare. It impacts their ability to pay their basic bills and have their basic needs met. So to the extent that we can alleviate that, will be a benefit to our entire community. I want to emphasize one point. This is not solely for high school seniors. This is for everyone in the community. This is for students at the high school, middle-aged people, senior citizens, everybody. This is for, as they say, lottie-dottie and everybody, regardless of your income. And I'm excited to highlight a person here who's an example of that. My favorite graduate of this institution is sitting on the front row, and it's my mother, who graduated from PGCC. A little later in life, and now she has 2 degrees, you know. And I think my mom is an example that you can start, you can come back, and you can finish and be very, very successful. So I love you, Mom. I want to thank Dr. Williams. Dr. Williams has been an extraordinary partner, more than I can articulate on this mic. This was difficult, this was complicated, we had so many iterations, but Dr. Williams and her team, the Vice President Bill, I don't know if he's here, have worked tirelessly to make this happen. And what's happening at this college is so impressive. It's so impressive. I mean, the programs, you can get your CDL here, you can train for your CPA here, you can get your associate's degree here. There are so many opportunities that will benefit the residents of District 8 that are happening at this college under her phenomenal leadership. So I want to say sincerely, Dr. Williams, you've been a partner and a friend, and I look forward to continuing to support you and all that you do. I also want to acknowledge we have some of our Civic Association leaders who are in the room. You work tirelessly on behalf of the people that you represent, and you're relentless. We have, and you know, they have a direct line to my office, and they use it. And so I want to say thank you for your service and your partnership and your friendship. It's because of you that I'm here, and I'll never forget that. We are lucky and honored to have our Senator C. Anthony Muse in the house. Who, even before he came back as senator, he was senator-elect, but not sworn in as senator, endorsed this plan and supported this plan and made calls for this plan. So I want to thank him for his invaluable leadership for getting us to where we are. So I believe I now turn it over to Dr. Williams, and Dr. Williams will make remarks, I believe. Or did you make your remarks already? No. Okay, you made your remarks. If that's the case, I'd like to call up our Senator C. Anthony Muse. And I want to know, it's not fair to have me speak in between 2 reverends. Dr. Williams is an AME reverend, and we all know Senator Muse is a bishop, so.
But he's been anointed. He's cool. He's been anointed. Let me say good morning. And it's good to be here. I'm delighted to be here at this great learning institution, Prince George's County Community College. I also want to give a shout out to our councilmen. In my senatorial district, And he and his councilmanic district, we give out scholarships each year, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we give to a number of students who attend this institution. I'm grateful for that. Thank you, President Williams, for your many years as an educator and your role here in this capacity. And you have all of our support. I can say this on behalf of our county delegation. You have the support of all of our senators here in Prince George's County. Now, I am excited about this program. Are you? Yes. I'm excited about it. My role here this morning was to take a minute and a half and tell you how important education was for me. And then number two, to ask for you to continue to support our expanding this program throughout our entire county one way or another. And we'll speak to that and we'll talk about that. The importance of education to me, a kid who was coming along, kicked out of 3 school systems and passed through 11 foster homes and lived on the street. So 12 and 13 years old, I knew what it was like to sleep on the street. I knew what it was like to have no vision for life. I was finally adopted by a wonderful preacher who took me into his home, and he gave me an ultimatum. He said, you're either going to go to school, because I say dropped out. I say dropped out. I can't remember if it was dropped out or kicked out of a 4th institution. I just know I wasn't in school, right? And he said, you're either going to go to school, I was 15, or you're going to go to work, but you're not going to sit your behind around this house and do nothing. So I chose to get a job. I got a job at a place called Bragg and Gutman's downtown on Park Avenue on Lexington Street. And I was making at that time, I'm kind of aging myself, but it's okay. I was making $2.10 an hour. I was the man. Every morning I had my toast with cinnamon and sugar on it and coffee. I paid for it. I went to Little Tavern to get my hamburger for lunch, and I went to Soul Shack to get my dinner. I was doing it up. And I'm sitting there at work one day, and one of my coworkers burst in the room. He said, guess what? I said, what? He said, we got a raise. I said, thank you, God. I said, what is it? He said, we've gone up from $2.10 an hour to $2.15 an hour. So I'm sitting there and I'm adding this up. So I said, a nickel a year, after 10 years, I would have only made 50 cents on what I'll be making $2.60 an hour. Oh, heck no. I said, I'm not doing that. I got up and walked to a school, Southwestern High School. And this gentleman, although he said, we don't have to take you in because of your background, we're going to take you in and you're going to go to school. My dad was very much of a pusher of education. He said, you're going to go to college. So I said, okay. He sent me to Morgan. I tell you how important everything that I have and all that I am is because of education, because of those open doors. He pushed me and I went to college. And I got my bachelor's in history, Morgan State University. And then from there, I went to Wesley Theological Seminary to get my master's in divinity there on the campus of American University. And from there to Howard to get my doctorate. Kicked out of 3 school systems, but years later, I have 3 degrees. All because I took education seriously. We should take it seriously. There are at least 7 or 8 countries where college is free. And in those countries, there is a 77% rate of students who leave school and go to college. And I'm glad that this doesn't just deal, Councilman, with college, but it's set up so we can deal with people who need certification, maybe going to vocational tech schools. And I'm glad that we are holding people responsible who are in our communities. Thank you for saying to MGM and to all of them, because we need to get a little more taxes out of them. I'm not impressing. I know we need to do that. But let me say this, because we are impacted by them. And if we all pull together as a community, we can expand this beyond the district where you are. And if we say to all, this is our responsibility to make sure that our children have a chance at life. My sister-in-law is about 55 years old, and she is still paying on her student debt. It's become just a racket by banks to make sure that they are indebted and they never get a job and that we can never move on. But I'm glad that through your program, you're giving people an opportunity. I want to expand this. I would like to take this statewide, but to look at all these multi-million-dollar institutions that we have in our county and look at it and say the state of Maryland should be a state that will, at least for the colleges such as Prince George's Community College, that we are offering this, and we don't have to do it all through tax dollars. So thank you for what you've done. I'm excited about this. If I were at the age of going to school, I'd come to Prince George's and get my free anyway. Thank you. God bless you all. Let's push our kids and let's push our students forward. Thank you.
I think now we're going to open up for questions. Oh, okay.
Forgive us for disrupting the planned schedule. I want to just take a minute, first of all, to thank Councilmember Burroughs. It's often in our work as leaders that we're focused on our own agendas. And it's more powerful, though, when we can come together around a collective agenda. That's what really moves our communities, where we can share a single vision. So when I was sharing that earlier, that is what I have found in Councilmember Burroughs, and his vision, particularly for education and the well-being of his residents, so coalesces with what we are trying to do here at the community college. And it is true, this has not been done without challenges, but the struggle is worth it. And it's that same type of sentiment we want to say back to our residents and our community members. Our students have coined this term, the tassel is worth the hassle, right? The tassel is worth the hassle. Well, getting to this point has been worth every compromise, every redoing, rethinking of systems, because it matters for every one of our residents. I also just want to say, there's a lot of narrative out there about the value of education. I want you to know, education still pays. Education still pays, and we need for you to carry that message deeply into our communities. The statistics tell us that the quality of life for an individual who does not have some type of post-secondary credential is markedly lower than for the rest of the society that does. So no matter how we think about the investment, it's important that we recognize it's a necessary and essential, a fundamental investment. And so with time and with these types of supports in place, all of our community members really can earn some type of certification, some type of credential, some type of degree, because it is critically important. It is vital to their lifetime well-being. And we hope you'll know that that's the message that we're carrying. That's the hand that we extend to partner with people to figure out how to make it happen for themselves. I want to also just commend Senator Muse, because there's nothing like a testimony, a story, right, that resonates with us because it makes it real, as well as Councilmember Burroughs' mother, right? When you see people in the flesh that you know you understand, you know their story, you know their struggle, you know the hurdles that they have ascended, then it makes a difference. So if there's anything you carry with you those stories and tell someone else. It's possible for you too. So thank you so much, and back in everyone's hands.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. Just a very short story. On Tuesday, we met with community leaders at 7 p.m. to announce this program. And by 8 o'clock, a person who was on the call had applied to the college, got accepted to the college before the meeting was over. And then he told me the next day he met with an academic advisor virtually. So in less than 24 hours after he applied, he was accepted, had already met with the academic advisor, and now he's on the road to achieve his CPA. So I want to highlight the efficiency of the community college. I do have a token of appreciation for you, Dr. Williams, to thank you for all that you've done to get us here. There you go. I also have a token from my mother who's here, who told me, whatever I do, don't call her up here. She will walk out the door. I have a token for Lindsay Watts. Thank you, Lindsay. And Dr. Bill. We even have flowers for Dr. Bill. So with that, we will turn it over to questions. Anyone has questions? I know that we will absolutely be reaching out to the schools to let them know. I know that we're going to be relying on our community leaders. They've already started spreading the word. I know I tend to do mailers. I know Senator Muse has a listserv. I know that the community college actually has a press plan. And we've already recorded a PSA that it might be on some of your news stations. And so, yes, we will be doing everything that we can do to get the word out. Yes, so when we did the calculations, that 1,000 students was based off of the 1 million. We have to recalculate now that it's 2 million. So, yes.
Congratulations on your accomplishment. Without getting too far into the weeds, how have you been able to do this financially?
Absolutely. So the NGM local impact spending plan in total, it increases every year and is about $10 million. And so we've taken the education portion, which under council law must be 50% of the plan, and we rewrote that provision. We rewrote that part of the plan. Initially, if you looked at the original plan, we were essentially painting the inside of schools, fixing bathrooms, fixing windows, things that the capital budget for the school system should already pay for, things that our tax dollars already should pay for. And so we removed all of those things and told the school system, you need to pay for this just like you would any other place, and take it out of the capital improvement budget. That freed up millions of dollars, and we were able to dedicate $1 million initially and now $2 million to this.
Are you open to questions for the audience as well?
Sure, and also feel free to pose questions to Dr. Williams and Senator Muse.
Well, first of all, congratulations and job well done. This is absolutely amazing and certainly worthy of celebration. I'm asking a question here kind of on behalf of a very bright young student who's in the audience here, Mr. Alan David Morgan. He's a computer science major in his last year. I guess he has one more semester left. So the question would be, for current students from the 8th district, right? 8th district.
Or 6-mile radius.
Will it be sort of an automatic entry for those students, or will they have to apply?
I know the college has already examined all of the students who are in the impacted area. Okay.
Thank you for linking that question. So we actually have conducted an analysis of students who live within the 8th district as well as the 6-mile radius, which includes a few students from the 7th district. But we will be communicating with those students and encouraging them to complete the application process so that they would be eligible to receive the scholarship dollars. So while we're doing this public-facing promotion to those who are not yet connected with us, we're doing an internal campaign to those who are with us and qualify.
Presuming this takes effect next semester, as opposed to like the middle of this one?
Yes, we're starting spring 2024. And there are currently 712 credit students who reside in the impacted area. 201 are full-time, and 511 are part-time. I don't know if that's helpful for anybody. All right, well, thank you so much. I think we're done. All right.
Thank you so much. If there are any members of the media who would like to conduct one-on-one interviews, we can have right here to my left.